Hey everybody, it's Jasmine and I am super excited to bring you guys today's video. Today we're doing a full face of black owned brands / collaborations. For this video, I really wanted to shop in my stash, and a lot of the products that I'm going to be using today you have already seen on my channel, so nothing really new here. I of course did some online shopping, so I did get a little bit of some newer products for this video as well, which I am super excited to dive into. So if you want to see how I got this really nice, fun, summery look, then let's go ahead and get started. Lately, I have been waking up in this really weird mood where I just feel like I'm not myself. Like I feel like I am just a soul in a vessel. Like I just don't feel like Jasmine, and I hope that by the end of this video I could feel a little bit more like myself today. So I really want to play around with color. I really want to explore these different brands. I just got all of my orders yesterday. I ordered off of Mercari because quite frankly I didn't have enough money to purchase off of Ulta or straight through some of the company's websites. So one of the orders that I placed on Mercari was the Beauty Bakerie Wake and Bake Baking Oil for the face. Now this is supposed to be kind of like a priming oil. I've never tried a priming oil before, so this is going to be my first time. And I had a really weird dream last night that I absolutely love this. So I'm excited to get into it just to see if I love it or not. I actually don't have any other primers, so this is going to be my only primer today, and I think it'll be fine because the foundation that I have for today is a little bit of a thicker consistency and it can tend to look a little dry on the skin. So I think that with the combination of this priming oil and the foundation, I think it'll be really good together. This oil feels almost like a dry oil. I know that kind of sounds like counterintuitive, but it doesn't have like this ultra slippery, greasy feeling. It literally feels like in about a couple of minutes, it'll start to sink into the skin, thus leaving it a little bit more of like a ultra hydrated base as opposed to an oiled base. This oil has a very distinctive smell. Ooh. So one of my ex-boyfriend's mom, she used to be really into oils, and I think she still is, and she actually made this oil concoction for my depression, and she told me to apply it before I slept, and this has like the exact same smell. I just gave this oil a couple of minutes to really sink into the skin, and for today's foundation choice I'm going in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I reviewed this on my channel a couple years ago, and Alissa actually was the collaborator to create their entire shade range, which is I think 40 shades. I think that's so amazing. I think that was actually quite revolutionary, especially in the drugstore, because for a really long time you never really got a great gradient and color variety when it came to foundations in the drugstore. For this foundation, I have the shade True Beige. Now, Alissa Ashley is one of my personal favorite content creators because of her aesthetic. I love how everything is so crisp and clean. She's straight to the point, but she's so funny at the same time. She's definitely one that I highly recommend, especially if you just want to escape into the world of makeup, because I think her content is really soothing and calming. So this is with one pump of foundation all over the skin. I do like the combination of the oil and the foundation, so my dream was in fact correct. I do love that. Now I'm actually going to take a little bit more foundation and just build up where I need it. So for me, that's going to be a little bit under the eyes, a little bit around the nose, on the nose as well, because I actually did not take any foundation there, on the forehead here. I think if you really like matte, full coverage foundations that literally do not budge, this foundation is definitely one to try out. However, sometimes I do feel like although I have normal skin, this foundation can be a little too drying and a little too mattifying for me. So what I like doing is I like taking a super thin liquidy foundation and mixing it in with the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and I find that that just makes this foundation a little bit more fluid while still maintaining the coverage. And then for concealer, the only concealer that I have that is black owned is by Fenty, and this one is their Pro Filtr concealer in the shade 290. I am literally at the halfway point. Do you guys see that small line of demarcation? Yes. love this stuff. This stuff is actually really amazing. And I'm gonna take this under the eyes. This color here matches my skin tone, so we're not gonna go for a super highlighted look. But for a lot of people, I think the biggest claim is that they see creasing. However, for me, I feel like this just looks like skin while still offering a whole bunch of coverage. I like the fact that I don't have to work super fast with this one. I think compared to the 290 foundation, which is my shade, I feel like this one almost has like a little bit of a neutral undertone as opposed to a warm olive. This one, to me, I feel like cancels out some of the darkness on my skin a little bit better. So that's why I like using it more for spot concealing. But since this is the only concealer that I own, I'm just gonna use it as a regular concealer. My base is looking really nice right now. I think the combination of everything is flowing really well with each other. I think that priming oil is like so delicious. I actually own two different powders from Black owned brands, one from Fenty, that one is in the shade Banana. However, currently that one is just a little dark on me, so I'm actually gonna go in with the Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder in the shade Yellow. You guys actually don't really see me use this powder on my channel because I use it on my clients. I think that this is a beautiful powder. I think it looks amazing in photos. It is literally so light, finely milled that your foundation and your complexion does not look cakey. In fact, it blurs the skin. So I don't know, I just feel like if you are a freelance makeup artist and you need a good powder that won't break the bank, this is definitely the powder that I recommend having in your kit. And I definitely need more shades in my kit too. A little fun fact about Beauty Bakerie, their owner, Cashmere, is actually a cancer survivor. And I think that is so empowering. I think when you read her story, especially on the Beauty Bakerie website, it just really inspires you that no matter what obstacle you're going through, that you could still just be accomplishing so much in life. I don't know why the title of this video is escaping me, but I did a video a while back talking about new makeup releases, and one of the releases that I mentioned was the Uoma Beauty Fro To Go Brow Pencils. I have the shade 05, and I believe in that video, if I remember correctly, I was like, I think this is great, however, I don't think I need it. Now, I actually did not own any Black-owned brand brow pencils, so I thought that this would be the perfect one to grab, and I believe this retailed around almost $30, which is why it kind of halted me from buying it, but I found someone selling it on Mercari for $10, and I was so happy because I was definitely in my budget for this video. And I'm really excited because this comes with a triangle shaped brow pencil, and you guys know I love that shape for my brows. It of course comes with a spoolie on the end, and right in the middle, once you twist it, it comes with a little sponge of brow powder. I think that is so amazing. Crazy. It's crazy. Now, if you have been on Instagram for any length of time, you guys have probably seen the hashtag pull up or shut up. And the owner of Uoma Beauty, Sharon, has actually created a page on Instagram called Pull Up for Change, where she challenges different brands of all sizes to showcase how many Black workers are on their team in any, I guess, level. Like, I want to say like in the executive department or even just in their workplace. I think that this is so important because not only do we see how many Black people are represented in a company, but also how diverse a company is with Latinos, with Asians, with Native Americans. I think it is just really eye-opening in general. And by the way, this is my first time using this brow pencil, and I have to say that this does not feel waxy at all. It's a little bit of a firm brow pencil, however, it's not breaking off on me, which is nice. It's depositing quite a bit of color, but it's also buildable. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Fenty concealer, and I actually really do like this as an eye base. So normally when I am not using it on my face, I will use it as my eye primer. Random thought, but I just want to go to Disneyland to forget about my problems. Does anyone else feel like that? Like, I feel like whenever I'm at Disneyland, I'm just like worry-free. I don't have any thing going on in my life. I'm just worried about waiting in the hot sun for a ride. Thank you. I also hope that you guys are taking time for yourselves as well. I know right now for me, I have been trying to prioritize myself. However, I, again, don't feel like myself. And although I feel great when I'm doing my makeup and when I have makeup on, I'm a firm believer in when you look good, you feel good. However, I hope that you guys are taking the best care of yourselves, whether that be going to McDonald's to get chicken nuggets, whether that's sitting down outside and meditating, whatever makes you feel happy, I hope you're doing it. I just think right now with all that's going on, I know that sometimes our anxieties and our depressions may start, you know, peeking their heads in and saying, hey, how y'all doing? But you know what? I think it's also important for us to kind of take a step back and take care of ourselves for as long as we need to. I want to go ahead and jump into some eyeshadow palettes right now. I have 3 for you guys. I have a Juvia's Place palette. This one is the Zulu, and it's one of my personal favorites because every time I open up this palette, I am instantly happy. There was this post on Facebook like years ago, like I'm talking about back in high school, and someone was like, oh, if you open a brand new box of crayons, you instantly feel happy because of all the bright colors. That is how I feel with this palette. Like the colors are just so vibrant, so warm, and so fulfilling, and I just love this color scheme so much. And then the other 2 palettes are both collaboration palettes. Of course, I am going to be mentioning the Anastasia and Jackie Aina palette. Love her. This is one of those palettes where I just can't get enough. My eyeshadow looks look absolutely stunning every single time I use this. And when I look at this palette, I think I have the most indentation on Big Wig, which is the brightest purple ever. Like it's just this beautiful royal purple. I think it looks absolutely stunning on the eyes. Purple is one of my personal favorite eyeshadow shades. So stunning. And speaking of bomb purple shadows, we're gonna also be talking about the Revolution and Patricia Bright palette. She has a purple here, and I created this look when I was streaming on Twitch where I mixed, my camera literally always dies and it needs to stop. I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired. But I was talking about how I was streaming on Twitch and I was mixing this beautiful purple shade here in with the beautiful greens, and this palette just also does greens really well. I love how vibrant these look on the eyes itself. You do get a bit of staining with some of the pinks and purples. However, I feel like right now, I think I'm just used to it at this point. So I want to do like a really bright, colorful, fun look for today's video. We're going to take a little bit of Elegante here, and we're going to go ahead and set the eyelid in place. You guys know I love doing this because it creates a soft and smooth base for all of the other eyeshadows. I wanted to do a transition shade with like a light tan, but I thought I'm already yellow. Let's just use yellow as a transition. So we're gonna take the yellow in the Zulu palette and we're gonna place this all over the transition area, which is right above the crease and right below the brow bone. Love this shade here. I think that Juvia's eyeshadows are really worth the money because you get really big pan sizes. Let's go ahead and use some of Supreme from the Jackie palette. And let's actually go ahead and pop this straight into the crease. And whenever I mix pinks and yellows together, I feel like I have to really build up the pink so that it blends in with the yellow to be like a pink lemonade type of vibe. And while we are using the Jackie and ABH palette, let's also go ahead and talk a little bit about ABH and how I feel like they are a little bit unfair. Now, I do follow Taj Reed on Instagram, and if you guys don't follow her, she is so talented. If you guys have not even stumbled upon her TikToks, that is surprising. She is so talented, and she created a post, I believe this morning, was it? No, actually yesterday, about her experience with ABH and how they essentially lowballed her and just completely did her dirty. And I feel like for a lot of creators, myself included, I feel like there are so many brands who just want to take advantage of you and who want to pay you less based off of your complexion and background. I know I can't really compare myself to Taj's experiences, but it has happened, and I think it's really important for me also to let you guys know, as anyone who is inspiring to become a, I guess, public figure, a content creator on YouTube or Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I think it's also just really important to shed light on this, because there are so many big companies who may reach out to you and who may say, oh, well, we are so interested in hearing about your rates, and them just completely ignoring it and just completely lowballing you. And so I feel like listening to her story where she told them that her rates were almost $1,000 per post. They essentially gave her $1,000 for 4 posts. So each post was only $250, which is extremely low. That is like that is so mind-boggling to even hear that a large company, a multi-million-dollar company, would ever even just think to lowball a creator who is so unbelievably talented. I'm gonna take Yes Peaches from the Patricia palette, and I'm gonna deepen this into my crease. And even for me, I know I never speak out about this, but when I look at a brand, oh my god, my voice cracked like a prepubescent teen. But when I was looking through a lot of different brands like ColourPop, ABH, and I look at their feed, it's so crazy to me, because not only do I see a lack of representation from the Black community, but I see a lack of representation even in the Asian and Latino communities as well. And I feel like that is so unfair for all of us. And I just think that, like, if you are a brand who claims to be inclusive, then show it. Literally just show it. Like, it's not that hard, and it's literally as simple as reposting a look and not just reposting your photo shoots from your foundation launches. I'm taking more yellow from the Juvia's palette to blend on top here, but it does make me mad. It does make me angry. And even with ColourPop, like, let's talk about ColourPop, because they literally only repost the same 4 people. And although I think their formula is amazing, and mind you, there's a lot of companies who I feel like have amazing formulas but just suck in representation, and it just pisses me off, quite frankly, because there are so many underrated artists and so many artists who work their asses off to not even get reposted, and it's just so unfair for so many other artists out there who literally may not even be having a job but still put their 110% into their craft and into just what they love. And just even Anastasia or ColourPop or a big company, to have them repost one of their photos can allow the creator to work with so many other brands because of that recognition. And I've told you guys time and time again on my channel how brands even pressure me to create free content, free marketing for their little makeup palettes, and they're not even paying me, but then want to have rights to my videos. Like, no ma'am. That's not how it works here. You're gonna have to pay me if you want to use my content. For any marketing, any ad, you're gonna pay me, the creator, and that goes for literally anyone. Don't ever let a company lowball you. Don't ever let a company ever step on top of you and act like they're the boss of you. And I know it's not my fault, but I am so sorry to those people who, like Taj, have been manipulated by brands and have been lowballed by big brands, multi-million-dollar brands. Like, that should not even be a thing. I'm gonna take this green shade and apply that on my lid. I hope that I genuinely see companies making an effort to show inclusion on their social medias and not through just simply their complexion launches. I am so sick. I'm literally tired. I just want there to be equal representation. Like, is it really that hard? Like, let's ask that question. Is it really that hard? It's not hard to just repost somebody's beautiful ass look on your feed. I'm gonna take a little bit of edges and I'm gonna go ahead and blend where the green and the orange meet. I'm so sorry that I'm just so hot and bothered by this topic, but every single time I talk about it, like even since high school, I have been very passionate about this subject, and I feel like I don't express that on my channel enough because I don't know, like I just felt like I never really had a say. But honestly, now is quite honestly the perfect time for me to be as hot and bothered as I am, because for years all I've been seeing is the same damn 10 people get reposted on every single large social media channel from every single large brand, and I am sick and tired of it. I did not have a black owned or collaboration eyeliner, so I'm just going to use this green Artista liner from ShopMissA. I'm gonna finish up the top portion of my eyes right now, and I have the Fenty Beauty Full Frontal Mascara. I am super excited about this. I was lucky enough to find somebody selling this bundle, the bronzer and the mascara, for $25. What a steal! I am just super excited. Everything was like brand new in the box. I opened it, I examined it. It was all new for $25, and I was like, heck yeah, brother. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. This is gonna be my first time. I've heard great things about this mascara, and I've also heard great things about the Fenty eyeliner. However, I just didn't buy it. I was actually gonna buy the Bakerie eyeliner as well, but that was sold out literally everywhere at Ulta, on the Bakerie website, and I even tried to find it on the secondhand shops like Mercari and Poshmark, and none were to be found. So that's fine. I do appreciate the size of this wand. Like, I don't think it's too big. I do like the different sides, how one is flatter than the other. I think out of all the products that I have here, I think I am probably the most excited to feature this on my channel. This is by Elegante Beauty, and I am really excited to be featuring these lashes because this brand was created by one of my good high school friends, Nyla. She watches my videos all the time still. I am completely thankful for her. She sells lip glosses, sunglasses, lashes, she has wigs. Right on launch day, I was so excited to buy these. Now I have the style 16XVI, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply these on my eyeballs. These ones look so beautiful, so wispy and fluffy, and they have a little bit of a flare to them. Lashes are on, and I actually applied my Shiseido Sumi Sky Kajal liner to the lower waterline, and I'm actually going to take another shade from the Patricia palette. I think I want to go in with Backstage. And looking up into the mirror, I'm actually gonna go ahead and blend this all along my lower lash line. This was the brush that I had edges on, and right on the edge of the blue, I'm actually gonna go ahead and blend this so that it blends into my skin a little bit better. Gonna mix in some of the yellow from the Juvia's palette to make this a little bit more of like a soft orange. And then with that same brush, I'm going to take Elegant. Remember, that was the cream shade from the Patricia palette. And I'm going to blend this right along the edge, just so it's even more soft. Soleil is one of my favorite shades from the Jackie palette. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that into the inner corner for some glow. And then looking down into the mirror, I like to blend this up into my other eyeshadows. And then looking into the mirror from an angle up here, I blend it down into the lower lash line. The eyes are completed. Look at this. Stunning, amazing. Love the contrast of colors here. I love the contrast of warm and cool tones while still being very bright and vibrant. Now let's finally go in with the Fenty Beauty Shady Biz Bronzer. Love her. I used her for the first time yesterday, and I kid you not, I loved it so much. Like, I think this is one of the smoothest bronzers I think I've used. I think this formula is very similar to Too Faced, where it's just very soft, buttery. There's like barely any fallout, and a little bit goes a very long way. However, I like this shade a lot better than the shade that I already own from Too Faced, which is the Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Like, look at how healthy my skin just looks. Maybe it's the Beauty Bakerie. Maybe it's still the oil from Beauty Bakerie. Oh my God. For the rest of my cheeks, I have some collaboration palettes here. These ones are the Catrice and Iman blush and highlighter palettes. Iman is Egyptian, and you know what? Y'all have seen this blush palette one too many times on my channel. She's so beautiful, so pigmented, luscious. A little bit goes a very long way. And I think for this look, I'm gonna go in with my favorite shade, which is Luxor, a beautiful orangey blush tone. Stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. You can grab too much of this, okay? You can't. You really... Oh, I'm gonna switch a brush. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna use my bronzer brush to brush this one out on this cheek. And I think for the highlight, we're gonna do Victoria, which is this beautiful gold. Now, because this gold is just a little bit darker than my skin tone, I do like to keep it right in the center of my face. So I'm gonna also apply that in the divot of my nose here, on the tip of my nose, and on the chin. Now, when I do blend back, I'm gonna take a bit of a lighter shade. So I'm gonna take Surrey, and then just blend it back so that there's no cast on the skin. Jasmine finally got her hands on a Colored Rain liquid lipstick. I've already worn this, and oh my God, this literally stays on the lips like nobody's business. Like, it will not budge at all. Really crazy, kind of hard to remove too, but nonetheless, amazing, amazing liquid lipstick. I have the shade here, Satin Cream. This shade is so pretty, and this is without a lip liner, and it's very rare that I don't wear any lip liner on my channel. However, I feel like because the applicator to this is just so tiny, it makes it so easy for me to go around my lips. And this shade, it's pretty. It's like this soft pinky mauve brown. On the model on the website, it did look a little bit more warm, I'm not gonna lie, but I still think it's really pretty. I'm still on the hunt, and I do have hope that there is a Black-owned brand out there that has a warm, yellowy nude, light nude. Warm, yellowy, light nude. And if you guys know of any, I have checked the lip bar, and I think the shade that came close was a metallic shade, and I was like, no. I have checked out Mented Cosmetics too, and they seem promising, but I don't think it's light enough to, like, you know, to the point that I want it. So I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, or if you guys know, I would love to know. And just like that, you guys, we are completed with my full face of Black-owned brands / collaborations. This look is definitely something that I'm just so energized about. Earlier, I wasn't really feeling like myself, but honestly, I'm probably gonna get McDonald's after this because I'm feeling really confident right now, and that's all that matters. And before I close out this video, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys another reminder to sign petitions. I know for a lot of us, we see a lot of those petitions and those reminders on our stories, but I think it's also really important to take action, especially because so many petitions are so close. Like, I'm talking about a couple thousand close to reaching their end goal. So I just wanted to remind you guys to continue checking for new petitions to sign. It's really interesting because the link that I share, the blacklivesmatter.card.co, is really amazing because it just has so many petitions, so many stories that you could read on, and it honestly does break my heart to continue to hear about injustices, like from people literally minding their own business. Like, you hear so many stories about just sitting in your own apartment or chilling outside in your own backyard, and then suddenly, like, you're arrested, suddenly you're shot. It's just so disgusting. Like, it's literally just like, why? What the heck? So I highly encourage you guys to check out these petitions, to reopen cases, to fight for justice for these people who may have been arrested or may have been killed, and in the comfort of their own home. And I just wanted to remind you guys that here on my channel, you guys are valid. You are an individual who carries so much potential, and no matter how hard your days may seem, or no matter how little you may feel in this big world, just know that here I do care for you. And I don't just say that lightly. And I've told you guys time and time again, the reason why I started this channel was because I once felt, and I sometimes still do feel, like I don't matter and like I don't care, that my voice is never heard. And I created this channel so that we can all have our voices be heard, and to have a positive platform and outlet, just a place to escape to a world of makeup, to just chit chat about random things, about favorite chips, about, you know, favorite things to do at Disneyland. Like, it's literally like, I want this place to just feel like it's your second home. And I am so happy that you guys are on the same page with me. And I can never be more thankful to have a platform filled with kind, positive, amazing people who just continue to uplift one another. And it's just so incredible, and I hope that it stays this way for literally the entirety of this channel from here on out. And I just wanted to end this on a positive note. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys want to check out any of these brands, I will have it in the description box below as always. I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.